Good morning, everyone. Right, so the Biosum Technologies crowdfunding campaign is now live. It went live at midday yesterday, GMT. We've already got our first backers on board, and we are busy promoting the hell out of it, as you could expect. The thing that's got me most excited about this is the opportunity for us to build it alongside a community of backers. What that really means for me is we're proving the product market fit at the same time as building it out. The mistake many founders sort of make is they believe that if they build it, the sort of users, the community will come, the customers will come. I think it's such a brilliant space to be in. Literally build it with a community of backers and customers, using it, testing it, giving us feedback, and us having the opportunity to make sure that every feature, every bit of functionality, every bit of intricate detail in how this works really fits the user. So leaving it up to chance and trying to fix it after the fact. We want to do an iteration, get it out there, let you experience it, let you use it, give us some feedback, and then update it, get the next iteration. Iterate like that, such that we give you the best possible experience we can. At the end of the day, this is all about helping you close your execution gap in your health journey. It's about giving you the coaching, the support, and the accountability that you need to stick to plans and to see through commitments in a way that is actually viable. Conversation with some of the one of the diet groups on Facebook that I'm part of, and the woman's example that she gave was something like she is able to stick to her plan Monday through Thursday, to stick to the diet and see through her commitment, blah, blah, blah. But then come Friday and the weekends, it all falls to pot. Like she has cravings and she can't stick to the plan and she feels like a failure. So she's yo-yo. She's yo-yoing through these periods of adherence, periods of completely falling off the bus, but it's happening on a weekly cycle. And what that means in reality is that her benefits are significantly compromised. Like, yes, she is getting some benefit for sure. That 4 days of eating appropriately, cutting out the junk, and doing it healthily absolutely yields benefits. No question about that. But the 3 days off the back of that, of eating like crap, re-including the crap that you've cut out for those first initial days, just undermines your benefits. It just undermines all the good stuff that you would otherwise experience. Now, I'm not saying that it needs to be perfect. I'm not saying that it has to be all strict all the time. There's definitely a time and a space to just let life be life and live a little, as the expression goes. But when you're yo-yoing through like 60% adherence, 40% non-adherence, you are definitely limiting your benefits, and you're also prolonging some of the negative outcomes that your sort of poor nutritional lifestyle will have yielded. And so what she could do with is coaching. So I've encouraged her. I've said if she has the ability and the willingness to work with a coach, she needs to find one, and she needs to work with a coach because coaches are brilliant. And they're very good at closing the execution gap. Those that are worth their salt, that is. But if she can't, then what my team and I are doing is bringing the benefits of top-tier coaching to that cohort, the cohort that can't access it because they either cannot fit coaching sessions into a busy schedule. Trying to coordinate that with someone else's calendar becomes a nightmare, which is fair enough. I know what that's like. Or the cost is just astronomical. Let's be honest. As worth their money as they are, coaching is not cheap. And it shouldn't be cheap because these are professionals who are good at what they do. They need to earn their own living, and they quite rightfully command a premium for their service. But in doing so, it means that it's not accessible to everyone. That's just reality. Or you can't find the right personality fit, because at the end of the day, that personality fit is a hugely important factor. If you don't gel with the person that you're trying to work with, you are going to be hamstrung, you are going to be compromised, and you're not going to get the results that you otherwise would. And if you're paying a premium for that, you want the results. Or, and this is particularly relevant to women based on the conversations that I've had, they don't like the idea of being that vulnerable, that open to a complete stranger. The idea of being vulnerable to someone that you don't know and admitting and talking through all your failings, all the things that you do wrong or get wrong. They're worried about judgment. And whether that judgment is there or not is irrespective. It's the fear of that judgment, the fear of being wrong with someone that you haven't built that level of trust with, that stops you from doing it. And again, that's fair enough. I get that. Some people have that problem. And so that is the community that Biosym Technologies is looking to serve. Benefits of top-tier lifestyle coaching, all bases, from nutrition to movement and exercise to sleep to light exposure, all evolutionarily consistent lifestyle factors that literally form your biology and tell whether you're going to be healthy. Input. It's a good way to think of it. Bringing all the benefits of top-tier coaching to that cohort in a way that is accessible. It's available 24/7 at your convenience. Doesn't need to be scheduled. It can fit seamlessly into what you're doing. It doesn't cost the earth. You don't have to sell your kidneys. It costs less a month than a single coaching session from a top-tier coach. Evidence. Just can't even be compared in that respect. We're bringing this at a price point per month that is less than a single session with the top-tier coach. It doesn't have the personality clash problem because ours is built on differential psychology, which means that its job is to learn your personality, to learn your motivation styles, to learn what makes you tick, and then based on the literature and the best practice within psychology and cognitive behavioral therapy, it will adjust its style, its approach, its communication to fit you. In other words, it adopts the personality that fits yours. It's a good way to think about it. That is extreme. Then it has no ulterior motives. It is not judgmental. It is not there to judge you. It is not there to try and sort of apply any kind of pressure, judgment to you. Its sole purpose is to help you achieve your health goals through lifestyle change. That's it. That's why it exists. That's what it's there for. That's its only mission. And so I'm referring to it as it. I can refer to it by name. It's Nexus and Synapse. That is our coaching team. Synapse is the coaching AI agent that my team and I are building. Synapse is the one that is trained on differential psychology. Synapse is the one that's trained on cognitive behavioral therapy and coaching best practice. Synapse will be the agent that you interface with. So when you open your app, for anyone who's familiar with using AIs today, let's take ChatGPT as an example. You open up ChatGPT and you talk to it, and it talks back to you, whether that's via text messaging or whether it's via voice notes. That is how Synapse will function. It will be a communication interface where you will talk to Synapse. Synapse will talk back to you. In the background to Synapse, we have Synapse. We have Nexus in the background. Nexus is our integration expert. Nexus understands the interdependencies and interworkings of the 5 different lifestyle factors that we cover. And it is the job of Nexus to make sure that the coaching that you're receiving in one domain does not conflict with or compromise your health across any of the other domains. Modern medicine and modernity in total tends to view the human organism as a bunch of different silos. You've got specialists for different areas, and there's no cross-domain experience between them. Nexus is our answer to that. Nexus is how we overcome that challenge and that problem, because the fact is your body is not a silo of different systems that are working independently of each other. Your body is an interconnected and interdependent, complex organism. Your sleep system interacts with your nutrition system, interacts with your movement system. Everything is connected. Everything works together. Improvements in one area can improve the other. Compromises in one area can compromise the other areas. You need to know the interactions. You need to know the interdependencies to make sure that your lifestyle approach is holistic and is yielding maximum benefit and not undermining you in any way. Very quick example of this. If you were getting just nutrition coaching and you were taught to drink unsweetened black coffee, that would very easily fit into your macros because there's practically no calories to it and it's not going to push you over in carbs or protein or fat or whatever. It's basically fine to drink. But if you didn't know circadian biology, if you didn't know the sleep science, you wouldn't know that coffee after a certain point in the day interferes with your sleep, and that interrupted sleep or suboptimal sleep interferes with your metabolic function, which means that having a coffee too late in the day will interfere with your sleep that night, will disrupt your sleep patterns, which means that the next day you're metabolically compromised to a degree that your nutrition plan is less effective. Now, once in a while, it's not a major problem, obviously, but if that was a sustained habit, if you were constantly smashing the coffee at 3 or 4 in the afternoon, let's say, you would chronically be interrupting your sleep, and chronically interrupted or suboptimal sleep will have a chronic effect on your metabolic function, which means that you are severely compromised in how effective your diet's going to be. So that interworking is very important to understand, and Nexus is how we do that. That's our coaching team, Synapse and Nexus. Supporting them a layer below, we've got 5 domain-specific experts. We've got Mito, who is our nutrition expert. We've got Somno, who is our sleep expert. We've got Kineto, which is our movement expert. We've got Helio, which is our light exposure expert. And we have Terra, which is a grounding connection to nature expert. Those 5 domains, nutrition, movement, sleep, light exposure, and grounding, are what I call the 5 pillars of metabolic health. They are the evolutionarily consistent lifestyle factors which quite literally inform your biology and tell your very cells whether you're healthy or unhealthy, whether to express healthy genes or unhealthy genes. It quite literally informs your health, both physical and mental. So between our coaching team and our domain-specific experts, we provide platforms to coach you, the user, at your own pace through species-appropriate or biologically lifestyle change in a way that makes sense for you. Reality. What I mean by that is you don't try to boil the ocean into 5 at once. Pick the domain that you're ready to work on. If for argument's sake, say nutrition makes no sense to you, you're ready to work on nutrition today, but you're not quite ready to tackle any of this, that's fine. Bundle the coaching team, which is Synapse and Nexus, with Mito, which is our nutrition expert. That is your coaching bundle. You then start working with Synapse to fix your nutrition lifestyle. As you improve and as you're seeing benefit and as you feel ready for it, you might be ready to add movement in because you know that movement complements nutrition and nutrition complements movement. So you add Kineto to that bundle. Now you have a team for. And the benefit of that is that it allows you to do one at a time, build your coaching bundle. You may be someone who is already on top of your movement. You might be someone who's always been active, never had any real challenges in that space. Movement has never been a problem for you, and therefore you don't think that you need to be investing money on movement coaching. That's absolutely fine. But you may be someone who struggles a bit with sleep and could do with some sleep coaching. And so you can add Somno. And that's the brilliance of our modular ecosystem, is it allows you as the user to figure out what makes sense for you and to pick in whatever sequence and order makes sense for your life, for your situation, for your reality, what you want to work with and when and how. And then you build your product out and you enjoy the benefits of top tier lifestyle coaching delivered in a way, shape, and form that is unparalleled anywhere else. I'm really looking forward to that becoming a reality. So please check out our campaign description. It's in the it's linked in the description below this video. please have a look at the campaign. We do a fantastic job of explaining the problem that we're solving, how we're solving it, who we are, and why this makes a difference. If it resonates with you, please consider backing us, and please share this with others. The more eyes that we get on this, the better chance we have of achieving our goal, and we have something that I really look forward to bringing to market, because it's going to make a tremendous difference to a lot of people. Have a superb day.